prominent white politicians and slaveholders who wanted to relocate free black people, aka American Indians, out of the United States. But here's the best part, because it says views of free blacks, which we know to be the true American Indians at the time. It says that leaders strongly opposed the Back to Africa movement, arguing that America was already their rightful home. As much as the United States hates immigrants coming into this country, they turned around and forced hundreds and thousands to be relocated into Africa without any regard for the Aboriginal people who were already there. And this is why it reads, the interactions between the newly arrived American settlers and the indigenous African groups were marked by profound cultural disconnects, forced land expansion, and violent armed conflict.
So when I speak out against FBA, it's like, oh, you don't fuck with black Americans? Like, nigga, I am a black American.
What the fuck do you mean, nigga?
No, I said FBA specifically. I didn't say niggas. I didn't say black American. Because I say black American.
Yeah, same.
This foundational shit got you niggas acting weird. Y'all think y'all niggas to the second power or something.
Right. Because when they say it, it's not just I'm black American who descended from black Americans. They saying it like black American supremacy. And it's like, part. That's the problem, nigga.
That's where we're getting lost.
That's the problem.
Might have to drop a dime on them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
Alright, y'all, we back with another video, man. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing help up for the better understanding self. So check this out. In this video, we going over the collective effort that we seeing from the DNC. We know this is coming from the DNC. This is political. This isn't about, black people going back and forth. This is a political agenda to try to discredit the FBAs. They want to keep us in this box that we're African American. But it's holes in this argument, right? Because we know they don't consider Haitians African Haitians. They don't call them their African Jamaicans. And the biggest one is the Aboriginals of Australia. The indigenous people of Australia claim that they're from Australia and they don't have no African background. And they got the same Indian culture that's, been seen here in America. So the evidence doesn't point to everybody coming from Africa. And this is what's changing his story that's been fed to a lot of people. And there's a lot of black people that still have to push his story because that's what keeps, the system together. But what we doing is we showing facts, we showing proof that just breaks his story down, and we're exposing the lies. So people got to understand, when you seeing black people that's coming out and saying this and that about FBAs, they're DNC puppets. I'm going to show y'all a couple in this video, right? Their talking points is paid for. There's no reason why you should be caring. They're not going after the indigenous Australian Indians over there in Australia. That's been saying this, that they indigenous to Australia for decades and decades. They only have this smoke for Foundation of Black Americans. Okay? And they're not trying to unify Africa. They want this, let's all be, let's all, be together as one. But they don't try that in Africa.
So when I speak out against FBA, it's like, oh, you don't fuck with black Americans? Like, nigga, I am a black American.
What the fuck do you mean, nigga?
No, I said FBA specifically. I didn't say niggas. I didn't say black American. Because I say black American.
Yeah, same.
This foundational shit got you niggas acting weird.
You see how now they trying to separate, like now y'all, instead of y'all just respecting how black Americans feel, it's like you're paid to do this. And we already figured this out, y'all. This is bootlickers. These are people that's planted. Nobody should care. Any real one, you shouldn't care if you got black people, right, that want to say that they're indigenous from to this land and they don't want to be called African. You shouldn't have no problem with that. We know the system had Jesse Jackson say that he was, see that all us was African American when he actually was a Cherokee Indian. He had a card for it. So it's like, you know, what are you? Why don't they address the facts that we come up with? Nobody addresses the facts. They just say we're weird or say this. They don't really come out with the facts that we say. Check this out.
Right, because
y'all think y'all niggas to the second power or something.
Right. Because when they say it, it's not just I'm Black American who descended from Black Americans. They saying it like Black American supremacy. And it's
That
like,
part.
that's the problem, nigga.
That's where we're getting lost.
That's the problem,
And then
nigga.
the nigga that y'all listen to was like, it just said it the other day, like, oh, Donald Trump's kind of growing on me.
Oh, see. Nah, nigga.
You see how they always throw this political stuff. This is a political play that anybody is, they always got to throw up Republican or Democrat, and we don't care about politics. This is about us first. We put in us first. We going at both parties saying, what's your offer to us? We no longer being these, you know, suckers that just letting people just telling us to vote and they don't offer us anything, but they offering everybody else something. And we're peeping the political play that they doing. This is just all politics that's trying to keep us in that box so they can keep controlling us. But it's a new day. These ain't the same. We ain't the same people as before. We more wiser. We know what's going on. But this is what they try to steal the narrative to try to make it seem like we just weird.
And y'all niggas like really hate immigrants. Like y'all. And listen, here's the thing. You're not gonna come over here talking hot about my culture.
And they saying we hate immigrants. See, they always throwing that this we hate when nobody never said we hated anybody. They don't say that the immigrants hated us. They never say that. When they got the same words, they say the same things. They never is on the other side. And these people are Black Americans. Nobody hate immigrants. We don't have no problem with immigrants. We're exposing the truth. Them people would have never brought and let immigrants came into this country, like I said in my last video, if they would have knew they were going to be helping our plight, if they were going to be working with our liberation, they wouldn't have never had Black people. They would have been stopping that completely. That's why they come over here and it's separated. This is orchestrated.
You're not gonna come over here talking high about my people. I'm not with that. I'm gonna defend that every day. Because they're my people. You talking about me at this point.
Right.
But I'm also not like, go back to your country. Like, nigga,
be for real.
Handle your business.
I'm jealous that you know what country you came from.
Also, no matter how you arrive here and what you think about yourself, and you think you better than a nigga when you get here, you about to find out.
You about to. Real quick. You about to find.
Y'all see how this is so orchestrated. This is a paid for talk that they trying to control the narrative because, the strong talking points that FBA have on these streets. They got to pay people to come up and they got to make sure that it fits their political backing. And we seeing right through this. These people is just a joke. They're trying to act like they cool with, with Black people. But this is really political.
Find out that you are just a nigga over here.
Nigga wake up call is impending.
It's soon come.
I'll say you're wrong, but I also say just be patient.
Yeah, there definitely is an attitude amongst some immigrants that like they can come over here and just work hard, and that's the problem with Black Americans.
Black men don't like Black women lie. It's not from foundational Black Americans. It's from the tethers. Let me break it down, right? So me going to school as a Black American foundational woman, I had a lot of friends that were Jamaican, Haitian, a few African. So growing up, they couldn't pull no boys for real, right? They couldn't pull no boys for real because of the cultural differences. For example, like they weren't shaving when we were shaving. So even in middle school, high school, they would have hairy underarms. If you got hairy underarms, you're gonna smell. Boys don't. Those younger boys tend to not like that. Younger boys tend to pick on stuff like that, right? These women also didn't, they weren't up to date with the hairstyles and the plaits and the braids. Black American young girls, it's in our DNA. Like our mamas made sure we always came to school dressed nice, hair, clothes. A lot of them were first generation immigrants. So they didn't come to school with their hair done. They did not come to school with the latest trends or dress nice. So for the female side, they didn't used to get no play, right? So they had to watch me, their Black American friend, who was the preference. Black American women have always been the preference. Pull all the boys, whether it was Haitian boys, Jamaican boys, Black American boys, etc. Now, when I look at who the Black American girls would pay attention to, it was never the immigrant boys, right? It was never the Haitian boys, never the Jamaican boys and stuff. Why? Because they didn't have swag. We would really only date Black American boys. So when I'm looking at this, Black men and women view, that does not originate from us. That originates from them. Because non-foundational Black American women, their men don't even like them. Their men want what the cool guys want, which has always been the foundational Black American woman, and vice versa. And the tethered men never had access to the type of women that they wanted, because the type of women they wanted always went with the cooler boys, who would be the foundational Black American boys. So that's why when we start hearing this rhetoric online as a foundational Black American, it was like, where the hell did that come from? Because as a foundational Black American woman, that has never been your experience. So let's look at it. So that dude Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit, he's Sudanese Arab. So it would make sense why he makes that type of content. DJ Academics is Jamaican. Candace Owens is Jamaican. Now let's talk about the Jamaicans. Jamaicans have a obsession with white people. They feel very inferior to them. I've literally witnessed it, and it shows, right? It shows. So that's another thing too. Jamaican men, I talked to a Jamaican guy one time, and he was very obsessed with white people in general. Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, we've never been that way. We have pride in ourselves. We love ourselves because we know that we're the top and not the bottom. All these other tethers, they don't believe that. They don't even like themselves. That's why they don't date their own race. That's why they don't even preserve their own race. Y'all know how many Haitian people I know that have had kids with foundational Black American people and don't even teach their kids Creole? They don't care about their culture. They're not loyal to their culture. They're not proud of their culture. Same thing with Haitians and Jamaicans and Africans. They're not proud of their culture, especially if they're in America. That's why they're too busy trying to cosplay us, the men and the women. Y'all, so what we need to do, we have to teach our kids now, because they're the new generation that's coming up. Talk to your teenage boys and girls especially. Tell them the dynamics of what's going on, because what I see now is a lot of bullying against Black women in general online, and trying to make it seem like Black men don't want Black women, and it's training our boys to feel that way for real. So we got to break that. Make a distinction between foundational Black American historical dating and these other people. Teach our kids, teach our grandkids, post online everywhere you go, reshare these posts, make content about it, because we have to dead this. This is getting out of control, and it's getting out of control because we didn't pick the dynamics and speak on it earlier. And now their voice is drowning ours out, and the algorithm is starting to favor that type of content. So we got to kill it. Okay? And foundational Black American men and women, when you catch somebody saying this, you have to stop them in their tracks.
You mean to tell me the United States was sending Indians to Africa to colonize their land and call themselves the new Africans? You're kidding me. Now, as you see here from this article in Minco, Oklahoma, Friday, May 4th, 1892, and it reads, about 300 Negroes from the Cherokee Nation went through this city on the northbound Frisco Thursday, bound for New York. From there, they will sail for Liberia, where they will have large tracts of land. It is thought many more from all parts will follow, and a regular exodus will be inaugurated. And here the real cold part, y'all. It says the railroad fare to New York is only $18, and the transportation from there to Liberia is free. You see, because they had a Negro problem here in America, and we were trying to ship them the hell up out of here as quick as we could. When you go back to the foundations of when Liberia was actually created, you see that it was first put in play by the American Colonization Society. But then when you look up the background context and history of who this colonization society was, of course, it was formed in 1816, right? And it included prominent white politicians and slaveholders who wanted to relocate free Black people, aka American Indians, out of the United States. But here's the best part, because it says views of free Blacks, which we know to be the true American Indians at the time. It says that leaders strongly opposed the Back to Africa movement, arguing that America was already their rightful home. As much as the United States hates immigrants coming into this country, they turned around and forced hundreds and thousands to be relocated into Africa without any regard for the Aboriginal people who were already there. And this is why it reads, the interactions between the newly arrived American settlers and the indigenous African groups were marked by profound cultural disconnects, forced land expansion, and violent armed conflict. See, I want you to...
So they already know, they already got the history on knowing what happens when you put other people into someone else's land. We talking about in the 1800s. They're running the same play, but we got these DNC shills that's trying to keep this political from being exposed. This is why we need people that coming from their country to take back their country. Stop having these people think that it's okay to be sending you everywhere else around the world. This is how they're controlling all of these countries. But when we say it, they feel like we hate. This is the truth.
To take a look at this, because this isn't even all the clashes and battles that they had. They had continuous wars with these Americans that were trying to set up shop in Africa. From the looks of things, it seems like these Africans never wanted your American ass there anyway. You see, family, the same arguments we're having today, we were having way back in the early 1800s when the colonization society was trying to displace our community and place them over across the seas in a whole nother continent. Again, we are aboriginal to the entire planet. To think that all melanated people like myself and my skin complexion all came from Africa, you got to be out your rabbit mind. You got to. You already know the play. Go ahead and comment tribal down below so that me and my team can send you all the information that you need to get started on your journey today and connect back to your tribal heritages and families. I don't know, man. I think it's safe to say they got us again.
It's the same play that they running, fam. It's the same play. So this is why it's so political, and we bringing up how if you hear anybody that tries to discredit FBA, look at their political viewpoints. It's gonna line right up with the DNC. And shout out to that lady who exposing that. If you see how when immigrants came here, if you was ever in school, we was always, Black Americans was always the one that everybody wanted to be around, hang with, be with. Okay, even the immigrants. Okay, so we know that they've been having this gender war using other countries, right, to put stuff on X and social media to cause this gender divide, because they know that the influence of FBAs, once we start speaking on the internet, a lot of people gonna follow. Our influence is so strong. That's why it's so important for them to be pushing this political agenda on us. But I want to know what y'all think about this, man. Do you think that, these Afro think tanks, Deontay Kyle, Mays and Lucas, do you understand where we coming from, where these people are in the system to be attacking the FBA points because it just makes everything else, it exposing a lot of lies. And they don't want these lies exposed. We know they don't want these lies exposed, but I want to know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
A community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax spaces for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.